All right, Coach, thank you. Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Carolina Panthers. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. He finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. They'll look to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. He's going to get it running right. Able to get a couple here as they stop him right around the 1. So now things get interesting on third and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
On third and short, going with their tight end. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive. Graham Gano on for the extra point. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes the score 7-0. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Trubisky brings the Bears up first and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. There
for the tackle, the former Wisconsin Badger, Leon Jacobs.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Lock in, lock in.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. On first down, they run with Howard. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Now it's Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Roger, they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
They'll drop to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. The wind is at his back here in the second quarter. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Gotta go.
This is Howard on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On third down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On second down, Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on first down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Hey, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Throwing left side, it's complete. And just shutting him off there. A huge play there for Chicago. 51 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Running with Howard. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this.
go, gotta go.
Now Trubisky to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing right, and that's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They're going to look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
We got three, folks. We got three. Hey, gotta go, gotta go. Hey, your hands up. 18, 18.
This time, Trubisky will throw. And this is going to be a safety as Trubisky gets swallowed up in the end zone. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about. Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. He's going to go deep for Funchess. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may force them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, gotta go, gotta go.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Gotta go, gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So we are at halftime here on Halloween, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Trubisky with the give to Howard, and he stopped immediately there. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Play action. Now Trubisky. They still can't get it. Fighting him off. Trying to improvise. He may try and run for this. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over.
They got his man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. A big play there for Carolina. 48 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Patriot! Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Black 99 Philly. Here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Good. Watch it now, Barney.
Back to throw here. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. In for the score. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's going to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A Chicago first down to former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Gone, 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 gone.
He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Looking to throw. And this is caught by Jackson. First target, first catch, and a first down. This quarterback now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on first down. A give to Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game. But
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Read it well, and it's picked. And they've got the football, and they're already knocking on the door inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Forced out to his left. Wiggles free, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
18.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering Is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected for the second?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Hey, check. 3 down. Hey, gotta go. Motion, I got one. 18. Check,
Here we go. It's Trubisky on 4th down. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Trubisky on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Burton. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
18. Hey, we got 3 downs. Red, up. Hey, 18. 6 right there.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Hey, gotta go. Red,
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
18, 18. Red up. Red up.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. After the penalty, it's Jones. Pretty move. And some room to run now. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Detroit! Good!
They'll drop to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. 19 yards there on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney! Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. There he goes, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and I think the Bears have recovered. They have. It gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Now it's Trubisky. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Darren Lee in there with pressure yet again. And that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he's got Miller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you...
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Hassan Reddick Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 38, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, an interception. Picked off at the 11. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Hassan Reddick in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Gotta go. Hey, 18.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up. The Bears on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 16.
18.
Now Trubisky to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And interesting there, a loss of 15 yards on the return, but the possession of the football is theirs as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One last shot for Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there.
Hey, 18. 56, the mic, boys, 56.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal: win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for Carolina, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.